I don't see it now.
You have a map in QGIS or something like that?
No, no, just the main map.safecast.org.
Mm.
Uh, and I just happened to be well, like that. Actually, a better example was that the Cold War Museum in New Mexico.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do about that? It's like, well, just put a note.
Keep, yeah, that's true. Yeah. And the funny thing is, for those kinds of events, you cannot find them directly on the old map. I was surprised because it get blurred because it get averaged by the other ones. But
Mhm.
luckily, with the new map, it just jumps out because it's all individual points and you can see them coming up.
Right.
There was another one in Cork. That was an amazing one. I don't know what
But
happened there. Cork
in
in the
Ireland,
island.
yeah.
It
Okay.
goes 600 microsieverts, something like that. Ponk.
It it could, but it could also be
Yeah, that's high.
a flaky connection to the
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
right at the
Mhm.
sensor. Because I've had that.
I'm quite sure.
Where if the was it the anode wire is not soldered properly or
Mhm. Or if you touch
you know,
it, if you
yeah,
keep touching it and then it makes false readings. Yes, that's correct.
yeah,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
seen that
So
too.
I was getting false readings. I was probing for the 500 volts, right, from the safe pulse. Obviously, with a regular multimeter, it drops down to 330.
No,
But
that doesn't work.
yeah, but just the act of touching the pad to with the voltmeter was enough to give me 60 counts just like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised that. Yeah.
So I I would just leave it.
Okay. Okay, good. So that's settled then. That's easy.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
okay,
also good.
we should make a like capture that somehow, maybe as an issue in bGeigieZen, in the Codeberg, just to capture that as an issue so we'll have to revisit it.
Okay, that's a good idea. What do you want to say, Steve?
No, I think
Steve,
it
sorry,
should
yeah.
be normal for the users to see anomalies.
Hmm.
You know,
Yes, if it's all clean, it's wrong. It
right? Yeah.
cannot be all clean. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too. Okay, good.
And it also kind of depends where you are. If you live in a rural area versus you live in a high density city, there's going to be a lot, the frequency of medical patients goes up as a function of population density. And
That's true.
you'll see them walk by and drive by, you know,
Yeah.
especially on Monday and Tuesdays. I mean,
No,
you
we
don't
had
normally
some.
get you don't normally do diagnostics procedures on Fridays.
It's true because one time I remember we were at a party and we that was maybe 10 years ago or something like that in Tokyo. And then suddenly Peter shows him, oh, look, what's this? Very high reading here. And then he walked away, and the guy was a guy next to him, was just this in that morning, Friday morning, and the party was a Friday night. He was still radioactive.
Well, depends on the isotope. You could be radioactive for weeks.
Really?
Yeah, and a PET scan. If a person who just walks out of a PET scan, you're hot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't know that.
Oh yeah, they're screaming hot.
okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's
Was
good
it
to
the
know.
for was it molybdenum that he used or
Uh, yeah, that's well, technetium 99 is the big workhorse for diagnostic.
right?
But thallium 208 for a heart scan. You're radioactive for weeks. I mean, you have to come up close to the person after a few days. But
Okay,
so iodine has a 8-day half-life. So I mean, you're,
okay,
for people who get therapeutic doses of iodine, you have to you get held up in the hospital for a period of time because you're too radioactive to go out in the public. But then,
Okay.
the family members have to keep their distance for, some number of days after you go
Oh,
home.
really?
Yeah,
Good to
you
Oh,
have
know.
to
wow.
manage those, domestically as well.
Wow.
So when one of those
Okay.
guys walks past you, you're gonna know it.
Okay. Good to know.
And that's mostly
Yeah.
beta or
No, it's
gamma
gamma.
too? Gamma.
Both the beta's
Gamma.
internal, but the PET scan is it's a hard gamma for the PET scan. It's a half an MeV, so it's a hard gamma. So you see them at a distance.
Okay.
Good to know.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, I think, to know that.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for Wi-Fi. We want capture decision.
Mhm.
No editing. No editing. Optional note.
And I will ask. They call it AI hints that if it's imported, we check for abnormalities, and then it can automatically make a comment, or people can enter a comment if there's something out of the order.
Actually, that brings back a question I have. In real-time mode, okay, so if I'm uploading, I just uploaded a bunch of drives with the new one here. In real-time mode, doesn't seem to be any way of putting an annotation, right? Saying,
No.
like facing left, facing right,
No,
height of
no.
sensor.
No, it goes
Who
straight
did
in.
it?
No.
I guess you could tell who it is by the API key been used,
Yeah.
but that's it.
That's it. Yeah, or with the device number. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, that's it. Ray and me and other people had a long discussion about it, and it for the real time it goes in. The real time is much more important that it's really real time. I mean, you don't want to
Okay.
have it an hour later if there's an really trouble
If there's
going
an
on.
issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the assumption is that it's always in the fixed location.
Yeah, that's
Because if
the
I'm driving
assumption.
around, if I put it on my hotspot on my phone and drive around, then it's real
Yeah.
time driving around.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay,
have
well.
too normally. Real time driving around. Not fixed.
Okay.
No, it's a mobile mode, real time mobile mode. So if you, in
Okay.
case of emergency, you go somewhere, you're still being tracked. I mean, you can still see the radiation level, and you can
Yeah.
even track it on the map.
Okay. 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 So I'm gonna make note of that for the user manual.
Yeah, that's important. It looks like Jelle didn't make it today. He was saying that he was
Yeah.
late, and but we have
Yeah.
another minute to go. So before we have to shut
Yeah.
off. I don't have any other
Okay.
things to tell also, I think. Steve, you have other
I'm
things
done.
still? Or no?
Nothing else from me.
Okay. So then we say bye-bye. I
Right.
think so. Yeah.
Have a great week.
Okay, thanks for joining.
See you
Yeah,
next
you
week.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.